Okay, I'm starting a little bit late today. The grandkids were here for the weekend and gave me a cold again. Every time they visit, they give me a cold. Um, we've really pushed ourselves down on ES to the bottom of what I call sort of our box of trading zone, trading range that we've been trading in since we broke into it back in the beginning of November. We have the SPY has moved, I don't know, 27, 28% since the beginning of the year. Um, we're moving into a time of the year that actually, from a historical perspective, I think has proved pretty bullish overall, given the amount of spending that's going on. But we've moved so far and so fast, and we've pulled back now in the last several days. We kind of just consolidated up here, and we're pulling back down to what I call the bottom of the channel right here on ES, which is 59.28. Now that may seem weird looking at this, but at one point in time, that was the previous all-time highs, 59.28, right? SPY, probably an easier one to look at. Trading channel starting here right in the beginning of November. Same thing, trading box. So the question today is, do we break down or do we have to come to 585 and retest what these support levels were here before we rolled over in the middle of the summer, if you remember. I mean, in the middle of October, if you remember that swoon. I think everybody thought it was going to happen in September. Obviously, that wasn't the case because if you look back here, going back to September, what? July, August 24th, September 16th. I think it started to pull back for a bit there, right? Everybody thought, okay, here we go, the normal September swoon. Well, it only lasted for a week, one trading week, and then it just took off, broke resistance, retested resistance, came close to retesting resistance here, but bounced off the 50 SMA key area. I've got 585 down here, matches up pretty close with the 20 SMA here on the SPY. So what's it going to take? How are we going to play this? We're looking at the 4-hour chart here. On the SPY, we're looking at the 30-minute chart on the ES. Let's take a look at this. Once again, these lines are kind of compressed because of the time frame we're looking at right here. 5,900 is the key hold. It is a psychological level. If we break that 5,900, I would look for support. The next support hit right around the 20 SMA, which is 5,894. Not that far, really. 6 points underneath the 5,900. On a short-term basis, trading today, what would I be looking for? It's been so weak. Overnight glowback session yesterday, starting once the market opened right around here. This is regular trading hours. This is ES, of course, so it trades all night. Just gave it up all day long. Here, we actually pushed up hard all the way to noon of that day and started to pull over, and then started to come back here again. Same thing on Tuesday of this week. Overnight, pushed up, pushed up, pushed up, pushed up, pushed up. Once we get to the regular market open, we pulled down, chopped our way back up here. That was on Tuesday of this week. There was actually some key data that moved that number. And there was some money made off of these bounces right here at 59.90. Well, that particular area is gone right now. So if I was going to look for A plus setup on ES right now, I would be looking for 15, this one right here, 59.60, 59.63 for a put. First time I've said that now in a while because the market's been so strong. A break above this might send it right back up here. So it's a key pivot point area. But the way the market's reacting this morning, and sort of the fact that we are overdue for a pullback, makes me think that it is an A plus setup to look at for a pivot, and it's just a matter of whether it's going to push through there or not. You can take the conservative route, which we always like to do here in our Discord, and this is being broadcast both on YouTube and on our private Discord, is wait for that level right there. It broke support right there. Wait for that level to break. And then when it breaks, wait for a retest, right? Or wait for a retest and a re-break, because it could be a false breakout and then it goes, right? This area here is the area I think needs to hold today. Right here. It's 59.28, 59.30 area on that. If that breaks down, oh, is that messy down here? If that breaks down right here, let's take a look at the SPY once. If this breaks here, let's go 15 minutes. If this breaks here, 59, $59, 590, 20, 589, 76. It's going to be a messy ride down to here. I mean, this is your ideal bounce, right? This is your ideal push right here. Okay? This is your ideal push right to 585. I mean, that is a no-brainer A plus call setup right there. Okay? A pullback to there is a no-brainer A plus setup. It could break this area today. 590.33 we had the line at. This pre-market lows, right? Market lows matching up here, here, here. So with the SPY, which we play SPX, zero date expirations, this is going to be a pivot point, which is the pre-market lows right now. This is a gap right here, which almost filled, right? So you could have a gap in reverse or a gap and go from that point from a trade standpoint. It's not going to be an easy day to trade. You might want to just let the opening range set up and play off of that, right? This would be ideal for me right here. Break this and go right to 585. Right there, I take a call. It's that simple to me. All right. A break here could be a false breakout because you've got it's just a mess right in through here to get to that. Right, it's just a mess. But you can see if you go back on the longer term why that 585 area is so critical, because it was an area of resistance that flipped into an area of support right here on a retest. And break and retest trades have a high probability of working. Let's take a look at Tesla. Everybody's been playing this one. And I think that this pullback we're looking at here is probably going to push higher today. I would be looking for it to stop though. I think the Elon aura around Trump is wearing off, and that's the only reason it pushed. There's nothing here, and I know people are going to argue with me on Twitter if they're listening to this about the various news releases that have come out about why this is just a slight pullback and is going to continue to push back up into these highs. I think this is a bull trap here, right here at 322.02. Could be dead wrong, just guessing. Everybody's guessing when they're trying to tell you anything. Anybody that believes anything that anybody says as certainty in the market, bragging about, oh, I knew this was going to happen, I knew that was going to happen, is full of it, okay? I consider this to be a bear trap today. Maybe even here. Sorry, 323.33. But back to our intraday trades. Gosh darn it, I wish wish I had a better feel for what it's going to do if it breaks this 590, 80 area. It's big candles here. 588. It could, if it busts us, it could give us a 2-point run, which is 20 points on SPX, 20 points times a 30. Delta is going to pay you off big. Yesterday we had two really huge trades playing off of the 30 deltas. I played the lower deltas, but if you played the 30 delta, either way they were huge trades, depending on the delta you're playing on the SPX. But yesterday, SPY. Let's take a look at that. 10 minutes. Let's get rid of the brush, rectangle, support resistance. This was yesterday, okay? And this happened twice. This was a area here that you can see held here as support, held here as support. But then most importantly, if you want to go down to the 2-minute intraday, you're going to see two things happen yesterday that paid off on 3 separate occasions, and that was a retest here, a retest here, and a retest here, okay? You take a 10 spot with a 30 delta right here on any of these 3 retest trades, and you hold them up until it gets to this point. That would be your target, 590, 512. Forget about what happens above that. 590, 512. You hold all 3 trades up to there with a 30 delta, and you take 10 contracts. Each one of those would have paid you $4,000. Okay, so that's 4 times 3. I'm sorry, it would have paid you $4,000. 400 per contract, so 4,000 per for the 10 spot times 3, so $13,000 day, depending if you're left in your runners. But that was what we played off yesterday: break and retest. And what was the retest? Here was the break, and these are the retests. You use this strategy. We use this strategy every single day. And I'm telling you, with 0 data expiration SPX options, your stop is quite easy to figure out. It's right underneath there. Okay. So that's what that is a strategy you should come and learn how to play, because it works with a high level of probability. That's my thoughts for today. A little bit lengthy, a little bit scratchy on the voice. I hope some people are learning from some of these. We're just starting to really we're really just starting to build our social media presence. We've been very, very small, intimate, highly profitable group of traders in an intimate Discord. If you want to come and join us, we're actually willing to add now for the first time in a while some new members. So that's what it is. Feedback would be always happy, negative or positive, to be received.